It's a great day to be alive and an artist. My name is Matt with the Hat, and today in our Artist Ways series, we are going to talk about going deep into the well. It's an interesting thing. So often when anyone starts a creative work, it's all about this intellectual pursuit. It's like, I have this idea, and often it's overthought, to be honest. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, and oh, I've got a plan. My old mentor used to say, plan like everything depends on you and pray like everything depends on God. And there's a lot of truth to that. In that I'm a director, and so when I'm directing a show, a lot of people would laugh at this, but I plan like crazy before my first rehearsal. Before we get in there, I go through the script I'm pretty meticulous about it. I put together a large checklist, to-dos and don'ts and all of this kind of stuff. I prepare so much so that when I can get into rehearsal, I can forget all of it. I try to go into rehearsal very instinctually. I go into rehearsal where I am acting on the fly, where I'm listening to what's going on. I'm listening not only to my own creativity, but to my gut. I'm listening to the actor's instincts. I'm listening to life, the vibration of what's going on. Yeah. And when I do that, my best work comes out. And it's much more organic. It's much more free-flowing. It's much more open. It's much more yes and. It's much more powerful. It's much more palpable. And so the same thing happens when I paint and when I write, because I also write plays. I also paint. And so the other day I was painting a painting. I did a lot of paintings for people for Christmas this year. And I had this initial idea of a concept for one of the paintings. And it was that I saw the color red, because I almost always go, this is the color I'm feeling. So I saw the color red, I saw gold, I saw black, and I saw white. And I was going to create kind of like this box thing with different shapes and all of this. And so that's where I started. And when I started painting, I was very much in my head. So I put on an audiobook in my head, and then I just started to feel. And I started to go in deep. And then it started to evolve. And yeah, I had the gold. I had the black. The white started to disappear. And in comes purples, blues. In comes a dark green. In comes pinks. In comes all of these things. And it created this textured universe. It created, my partner said that each little shape had little shapes within it, and it created its own dimension, right? And when I allowed myself to let go, to go down deep, the art was already there. See, there's this old famous saying that I'm totally going to butcher right now, but it's about Michelangelo and how in the carving of the statue of David, that David was already in there, right? He just had to find him within the marble. And I feel like with art, a lot of the time, it's about trusting ourselves to allow ourselves to just let go and do the thing, right? And so as we're working on on this artist way stuff, when you're doing your morning pages, when you're going on your artist date, when you're doing these exercises, what you're ultimately doing is you're trying to silence the inner critic or the cop in the head. You're trying to let go as much as you can of that self-doubt and trust your inner creative. And what you're going to find is flow when you allow that to happen. What you're going to find is, oh, the story's already written. It's in me. Oh, once I let go and just do my thing, all this stuff will just magically start to happen. My painting evolves, my poem changes, and suddenly I can't even recognize it. It's almost like I tuned into something spiritual. And maybe you did, but you definitely tune into your creativity. You definitely tune into your inner artist. Almost every writer that I know will say the hardest thing within writing is to sit down and actually start to write. And they'll plan and they'll have all these excuses about, oh, this is why I can't write right now. Oh, this is blah, 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 blah. When they sit down at the typewriter and they start to write, all their plans become nothing. They start out with a sentence and then suddenly another sentence comes in. Oh, the story is evolving and it changes, right? And so I guess I want to say with this video, I want to say for all of you who are arting it, all of you who are going on this artist way journey, are trying new things, are finding your bliss in what we're doing. What I want to say is allow yourself to let whatever is going on happen. And it's hard. I'm not in any way trying to say it's not. But allow yourself to put those feelings and thoughts on paper. And when they start to change, allow them to flow out in the direction they want to flow. Suddenly a new character will appear that you didn't expect. Suddenly this story, maybe you were telling a boxing story and it suddenly becomes a fairy tale, right? I don't know, but it's something that your soul is crying out for. It's something that your soul is going, I need to tell this. It could be a children's story that you've got within that your little child wants to tell. Oh, I needed to hear this when I was a kid. And when you start, you're going, okay, I'm writing. And if we take ourselves less seriously and we just allow that flow to happen, boom, it's going to happen. And magical will occur. The thing about our over-prepping is that when we over-prep, we're giving into our perfectionist tendencies. We're giving into the cop in the head. We mask it as work, but that's what it is. We're giving into our cop in the head. And once we allow ourselves and we say, F it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to write that song. F it. I'm going to go to that voice lesson. I'm going to sing. I'm going to dance. And we allow ourselves to just try, something interesting is going to happen. I hope this is helpful to you. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are talented. Keep doing those morning pages. Keep going on your artist date. Keep making art and have a beautiful day.